Let's review rounding today. So rounding is a skill that you learned a long time ago. So why are we reviewing rounding? Well, this year we are going to deal with a lot of problems involving money. Therefore, we are going to focus on learning to round to the nearest hundredth, 2 decimal places. That just happens to coincide with our money system that allows 2 decimal places. All right, I like to use something called the cut line method, and there's just a couple of steps. So the first step is to put a cut line after the second decimal place. So you're going to search for the decimal point. You're going to count 1, 2 numbers after it and put something called a cut line. Then, if that number after the cut line is a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, we're just going to discard everything after the cut line, get rid of it, throw it away, ignore it like it never even happened. If, on the other hand, that number after the cut line is a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, that means we need to round up. So the number right before the cut line becomes 1 bigger. Okay, so let's see this process in action. Let's look at this first problem. Remember, I want 2 numbers after the decimal, so this 5 and this 4. I want those, and then I want a cut line right after the 4. I'm going to look at that 8 right there. If it was a 0, a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4, I would cut it off, get rid of it, discard it, ignore it. But because it is a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, I need to round up. So instead of being 0.54, I'm going to change it to 0.55. All right, let's look at the next one. Remember, I want 2 numbers after this decimal, so the 9 and the 6, those are good. And then I want a cut line. I'm going to look at the very next number. Because it's a 4, it can just go away. I can discard it, get rid of it, ignore it, pretend it never happened. And my answer is 39.96. All right, at this point, I want you to pause me, go ahead and solve the other 2, and then come back when you're ready for checking. All right, let's see how you did. I have a decimal, and then a 7 and a 9 is good, and my cut line. Now this one's tricky because the next number is a 9, so I know I have to round up. But there's a 9 on the left-hand side of the cut line. So instead of thinking about that as a 9, let's think about it as a 79. Let's think about this as a whole group. So to round up from 79 would give me 80. And then the last one, this 8 and 0, those are good. Then my cut line. Check out the number after. Because it's a 1, I'm getting rid of it, ignoring it, discarding it, and my answer is 4.80.